You said, I'm going to go out and cut a piece of bamboo and make it into a flower container. Or I'm going to take this basket, it's basically a creel that he saw a fisherman carrying, and said, that would make an ideal flower container. He also carved his own tea scoops, which is this thing going down the middle. And before a tea gathering, he would go out into the bamboo forest and chop the perfect piece of green bamboo to use as a lid rest. Very fresh and innovative, and not flashy at all. So what he wanted to do is balance the objects in the tea room between, a variety of forms and textures, and a mix of Chinese and native Japanese implements. The bowl you see down here in the lower right is called a raku chawan, and it is the de rigueur implement for serving the koicha, or thick tea. Now, here is the original Kuro Raku, Black Raku Chawan by Chojiro. Now, commissioned by Rikyū, Tanaka Chojiro came up with this tea bowl that met all of Rikyū's wabi ideals. After much trial and error, he produced this type of bowl at the time called imayaki, or contemporary ware. And it really caused quite a stir among the tea connoisseurs. Now, a raku bowl has sort of a primordial quality. There's something about the weight, the texture, the feel. It's not turned like a regular piece of pottery, it's shaped by hand. And like I said, these bowls are exclusively used for making koicha, which is thick tea and the highlight of any chaji tea gathering. And this is another example of a Chojiro Black Raku bowl. And this tall shape is used in the deepest cold of winter, so it helps insulate and contain the heat of the tea. This is another raku tea bowl. This was red, and red was the color that Hideyoshi favored. This guy here is the current holder of the raku lineage, Kichizaemon the 15th, whose works regularly sell at auction for over 6 figures. So, you might be wondering, so what is chado? Well, Rikyū laid down 7 rules of tea. He said, make a satisfying bowl of tea. Lay the charcoal so that water boils efficiently. Provide a sense of warmth in the winter and coolness in the summer. Arrange the flowers as though they're in the field. That's a special type of ikebana. It's very natural and not artificial. He said, be ready ahead of time, be prepared in case it should rain, and act with the utmost consideration toward your guest. That sounds pretty easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Real simple. It's actually not simple at all. Another way we could describe tea, these 4 principles, wa, kei, sei, jaku. Everything that we do in the tea room is a reflection of one or more of these principles. Now, wa conveys a feeling of oneness with nature and with other people. At a tea gathering, harmony occurs between the guest, between the host and the guest, between the utensils and the setting and the seasonal themes. We want to make an overall, holistically harmonious gathering. Now, K, respect, this results naturally from a feeling of gratitude. And respect is extended to each other and to other people, but also in one's daily life, even to inanimate objects, since they're a product of human effort. So all the etiquette that's observed in the tea room teaches a student to apply the principle of K, respect. And to the uninitiated, what may first appear as excessively strict and formal is actually a means of incorporating and internalizing the spirit of respect. Now, the hospitality of the host, the concern of the guests for each other, careful handling of all the implements, they all exemplify K, or respect. And at its most basic level, K is the Japanese spirit of omotenashi, or hospitality towards one's guest. Now, if you have any familiarity with Japanese culture, you know sei, or purity, is very important. Now, it implies cleanliness and orderliness in both the physical and spiritual sense. Sei is a very important part of the study of tea. And Rikyū likely learned the importance of the simple act of cleaning in his study of Zen, since even the most mundane acts like washing dishes or sweeping the floor, they can convey one towards enlightenment. They hold the seeds of enlightenment. The guests, before entering the tea room, pass along a garden path and they wash out their mouth and their hands in a low stone water basin. And they purify themselves of the dust of the world and purify themselves before getting into the tea room, putting themselves in that headspace. And say also implies simplification. We eliminate everything that's unnecessary. There's nothing extraneous or extra in the tea room. Now, Jaku, tranquility, it's often said that in the practice of tea, although you can work toward the first three wa ke say, you can't actually attain Jaku by direct effort. But through constant, diligent practice of harmony, respect, and purity, one can organically attain Jaku, or tranquility. That is, by practicing these principles in the tea room, we actually find them expressing themselves in our own daily lives. So, tea is all